A survey was conducted of Massachusetts public water suppliers to determine how best to improve handling chlorate. This presentation will define chlorate, explore the results of that survey, and advise public water systems on how best to incorporate information from this survey to improve the handling of chlorate. Various forms of chlorine are commonly used in drinking water to kill bacteria and maintain a residual level of disinfectant throughout the distribution system. In the United States, many utilities use the hypochlorite form of chlorine for disinfection. Hypochlorite solutions contain chlorate. For this training, we will discuss chlorate's background and its health effects in humans, as well as its current regulations and best management practices to mitigate chlorate levels. Chlorate is an inorganic compound and is a known byproduct of the drinking water disinfection process, forming when sodium hypochlorite and calcium hypochlorite are used. A number of compounds can react to release the chlorate ion in water, including compounds found in herbicides, fireworks, and other explosives. The chlorate ion is present in hypochlorite solutions as a result of the manufacturing process and the decomposition of the hypochlorite ions during storage of the solution. Chlorate increases in concentration during storage as a function of time, temperature, and other chemical factors. The amount of chlorate in drinking water depends on a number of chemical reactions in both the formation of these disinfectants and the conditions in which they are used. As a result, concentration of the chlorate ion can vary at different points within the system and at different times during the year. People exposed to high concentration of chlorate in drinking water could experience effects of the thyroid, blood, and kidneys because it inhibits thyroid iodide uptake. People deficient in dietary iodide are most at risk of chlorate's thyroid effects, which in turn could impact fetal and neonatal development. Chlorate does not have a maximum contaminant level, but is currently included in the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's monitoring of unregulated contaminants and on the contaminant candidate list. However, some standards for chlorate include the EPA health reference level at 210 parts per billion, the World Health Organization provisional guideline value at 700 parts per billion, the Health Canada guideline value at 1,000 parts per billion, and the California proposed standard at 500 parts per billion, which has not been finalized. The EPA included chlorate in its third unregulated contaminant monitoring rule, UCMR3. The UCMR3 required all public water systems serving more than 10,000 persons to conduct assessment monitoring for 21 chemical contaminants, including chlorate, within a 12-month period between 2013 and 2015. The UCMR3 is used by U.S. EPA to determine whether future regulations are needed and require the laboratories to analyze and report all results that exceeded EPA's minimum reporting levels for each contaminant. To bring awareness to the public about chlorate in their drinking water, the public water systems participating in the UCMR3 must report the results by public notification and include the results in the Consumer Confidence Report. In Massachusetts, If the results are over the health reference level or other guideline, the public water system is expected to take an additional confirmation sample using the same analytical method used for the original sample. In case the resampling confirms the original result, the public water system is expected to determine the potential cause of the elevated levels and prepare and implement a mitigation plan to bring levels down as low as feasible while maintaining bacterial control. The Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection's Drinking Water Program promulgates the UCMR3 regulations and provides technical assistance to public water systems with public notification and consumer confidence reporting. Through its chlorate mitigation survey and plan, it offers technical assistance to public water systems that detected chlorates to mitigate their chlorate levels. At the same time, MassDEP works together with public water systems and waterworks associations to develop opportunities to share best management practices. The UCMR3 results in Massachusetts. From 2013 to 2015, 167 public water suppliers participated in the chlorate UCMR3 sampling, including 2,168 Massachusetts sources. The results show that 143 systems detected chlorate, but only 78 detected chlorate over the EPA's health reference level. MassDEP interviewed 10 of the 78 public water systems with chlorate detection over EPA's health reference level. These systems had the highest levels of chlorate. Using the results of the interviews, the Drinking Water Program prepared a survey to assist the systems with chlorate levels about the limits in order to analyze their chemical handling procedures and determine the causes of the elevated levels. The information collected during this survey showed that the likely cause is linked to the storage and handling procedures of hypochlorite solutions. While 17% of the 2,168 Massachusetts sources results were about the EPA health reference level, 83% of the sources showed chlorate levels below the limits. During this interview with the initial systems, several public water systems reported identification and use of improved best management practices. These improvements indicated the need for more outreach and technical assistance to public water systems on strategies and practices that can help to manage and minimize chlorate levels in finished water. The occurrence of chlorate ions in drinking water originates from sodium and calcium hypochlorite, as well as chlorine dioxide, when used for the disinfection of drinking water. In order to manage and reduce the levels observed in public water systems, the following best management practices were identified in the survey's responses. Generally, control of chlorate formation is a preferable method as opposed to having additional treatment for the removal of chlorate concentrations. Share best practices with states or utilities that have higher measurements of chlorate ion. Develop and keep up to date detailed purchasing specifications. Purchasing specifications promote the safe handling and delivery of bulk water treatment chemicals. Here is an example of public water systems chemical purchase specifications. Proper handling of chemicals is necessary. Delivery time of the hypochlorite solution's shipment should be minimized. Ideally, the delivery time should not exceed 72 hours from the time of manufacture to the time of delivery to the public water system. At the same time, try to schedule the frequency of delivery to minimize the age of sodium hypochlorite. Storage time of chemicals should be minimized, both from the time of manufacture to delivery and from the time of delivery to use at the public water system, in order to reduce chlorate formation in static solutions of sodium or calcium hypochlorite solutions. Over time, bleach will naturally decompose to produce oxygen, chlorate, and perchlorate. Shorter storage times help minimize the formation of these contaminants in the hypochlorite solution. Reduce storage volume or strength if possible. Storage temperatures are important because higher temperatures speed up the chemical decomposition of bleach and the subsequent formation of chlorate. Keep storage temperatures as low as possible. Hypochlorite solutions should be stored at temperatures below 20 degrees Celsius, so don't expose them to sunlight. Hypochlorite solutions should be stored in diluted form to prevent chlorate formation. The pH for storage should be maintained in the 12 to 13 range if possible. The concentration of transition metals such as iron, nickel, copper, zinc, chromium, and manganese should be kept low because of their catalytic effect in the decomposition from hypochlorite to chlorate. If present in the water supply, these metals should be at a level less than 0.2 milligrams per liter. Periodic cleaning of bulk and day tanks help avoid accumulation of hypochlorite solutions. The survey's results indicated that the majority of public water suppliers never clean the bulk tanks or that they do it annually. But at the same time, the majority of the public water systems believe it is possible to increase the frequency of emptying and cleaning bulk tanks or day tanks. Avoid mixing old and new hypochlorite to avoid increasing concentration of chlorate during storage. Some of the survey's results indicated that 87.2% of the public water systems do not have empty bulk tanks at the time of delivery. Test hypochlorite degradation over time. A lack of monitoring of the free available chlorine FAC concentration in the stock of hypochlorite over time can lead some utilities to be unaware of hypochlorite deterioration and increasing concentrations of chlorate in the stored supply. Dilution can be a component of a control strategy because the rate of decomposition increases as the concentration of hypochlorite ion increases. If ozonation is practiced, residual ozone should be completely removed by destruction, since ozone can react with chlorine to form chlorates. What is MassDEP doing to assist public water suppliers to address chlorate storage and handling issues? MassDEP is encouraging public water systems to update their chemical handling procedures to keep chlorate levels as low as feasible without jeopardizing pathogen control. For systems with chlorate levels above the health reference level, MassDEP strongly recommends the implementation of best management practices and ongoing testing of chlorate levels to ensure the effectiveness of these practices. MassDEP provides technical assistance to public water systems with a priority for the 20% who indicated a need for technical assistance, and the 209 systems not selected to participate in the UCMR3 sampling to further identify and share best management practices for chlorate mitigation. MassDEP will be partnering with waterworks associations to develop opportunities for public water systems to meet and share experiences with best management practices. Chlorate formation can be minimized with proper manufacturing, handling, and storage conditions. MassDEP greatly appreciates the willingness of public water systems to share their chemical storage and handling management practices. Several public water systems offer to continue to work with MassDEP and peer groups to improve and share chlorate best management practices. If you have any further questions on chlorate mitigation, please feel free to contact the Drinking Water Program at program.director-dwp@state.ma.us. Thank you.